Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. So we can handle better in the grosser level than in the subtler level. Therefore, when we stop all the egocentric activities, desire prompted activities in the world outside, then the thoughts also would be less about the world. And then the vasanas also slowly it will reduce. So this is the strategy. And the prime strategy is to see the Lord everywhere, one Brahman everywhere, at all times. So with this we can reduce the vasana and totally annihilate it. So we are in the verse 318, 318. We will chant it now. Sadvasana spurti vijrumbhane sati Sana spurti vijrumbhane sati Hyasau vilanapyahamadi vasana Prakrishta pyaruna prabhayam Viliyate sadhu yadati misra. When the sadvasanas are increased in the heart, how? By thinking about the sadvishaya. Tattva chintanam, tattva anuchintanam. By that, when the sadvasana, it grows in the heart, asau vilina api ahamadi vasana. Then that destroys the ahamadi vasana. The vasana that I am the body, I am this personality. That is slowly reduced. Ati prakrishta api. Even though the darkness is really for so many years. Ati prakrishta api aruna prabhayam. When the sun rises, viliyate sadhu. Everything, all the darkness is removed. So ati prakrishta means what? Even though the darkness is pitch darkness, but still when the light is lit or the sun rises, then all the darkness is removed. They run away. So the antidote for the loka vasana is Atma chintana. To develop sadbhava, sadvasanas, so that destroys the ahankara vasana. Aham Brahma is asmi iti vasana will destroy the aham dehaha aham iti vasana. So that is a strategy. Now moving forward. Tamastamakkaryam anarthajalam nadrishyate satyudite dineshe Tatadvayananda rasanubhutau Navasti bhando nacha dukkha gandaha Tamastamakkaryam anarthajalam Nadrishyate sadyudite dhineshe Tatadvayananda rasanubhutau Navasti bhando nacha dukkha gandaha. Tamaha means darkness. And tamakkaryam, anarthajalam, and the consequent effects of the darkness. Means we are so scared of the darkness that fear, anxiety for our safety, and so many other things. Only in the darkness all the illegal things happen. Is that not so? Anartha jhalam, all the other anartha, na drishyate sadudite dineshe. It is not seen when the sun rises. Dineshe means he is the Isha of Dina. Dina means day. Dina Isha, the sun. When the sun rises, not only the darkness goes, and along with it, whatever is the effect of darkness, the fear, anxiety, everything goes away. Tata Advayananda Rasanubhutau, when you enjoy that Advayananda Rasa, that Parabrahma Paramananda Rasa, Nava Asti Bandhaha, there is no Bandhanam, and Nacha Dukkha Gandhaha, not even what is it? Vasana of the Dukkha. Meaning what? Not even iota of Dukkha there. Means totally everything is eradicated. Dukkha, everything is gone. So it is very obvious. When the sun rises, all the tamas, darkness goes. So similarly, when you are there, abiding in the self, none of these can touch you, affect you. So these dukkha is no more for you. So therefore, again and again, the Rishi is not saying you come and worship me. He is not saying that. He is saying you know yourself and abide in yourself. It will be good for you. So he is not asking for anything. It is only for your liberation. You give up this loka chintanam, and then you involve yourself with Atma chintanam. That is all. Is it possible? It should be possible. Otherwise, there is no point in seeking the truth. No? If you say, Swamiji, it is all difficult, not possible, then you are blocking yourself. Now, after this, the next chapter begins. It's a very important chapter. Total vigilance. Meaning, you have to be always jagrata, awake, and be vigilant, because you may forget the self again and again. When you forget the self, then what happens? The delusion, the projection, the identification, and then the samsara. The bandhanam and then the samsara. So, be aware, be alert, be vigilant. Do not allow the imagination to overpower you, the delusion to overpower you. That is what is the message from the next verse onwards. For the next 8-9 verses, this is the subject matter. Drishyam pratitam pravilapayan san sanmatramananda ghanam vibhavayan samahitas san bahirantaram va kalam nayeta sati karma bhande Drishyam pratitam pravilapayan san sanmatramananda ghanam vibhavayan samahitas san bahirantaram va kalam nayetha sati karma bhande Sati karma bhande. If the prarabdha karma is still persisting, if it is still there, then how you have to pass your time? Kalam nayetaha. How you have to spend your time? It is said here. Drishyam pratitam pravilapayansan. Whatever is seen, drishyam, as the object, meaning anatma. Pravilapaya, that merge in the self. How to do that? If you inquire, who am I, and abide there, everything is merged in the self. See? Or if you see unreal as unreal, everything is merged in the self. If you're not attached to anything, if you see unreal as unreal, then everything is merged. Sanmatra ananda ghanam vibhavayan. And then always meditate. Vibhavayan means meditate, contemplate on sanmatra, that pure existence, ananda ghanam, that blissful self. Always you meditate upon. Samahitah san bahirantaram va. And inside and outside, all the senses and the mind, samahitam va, keep it under your control. So controlling the senses and the mind and merging all the drishya padartha in the self. Now you meditate only on the self. That is how kalam nayeta, you spend your time. As long as the body is alive, the prarabdha, the body is alive, till then what you have to do? Nothing else. Drishya padarthata pratitam pravilapaya. You merge in the self. Huh?
Prarabdha still remains.
Prarabdha still remains, means it is not there for you. For the seeker is there, na? For the seeker it is there. Only for the Mahajnani, for him no sadhana. He need not meditate upon anything because he is that always. So as long as you are ignorant or your prarabdha is functioning, you have to do what? This drishya padartha, you merge it in the self and only contemplate. Apna enna arthona, don't think about anything else except the self. How simple, na? It's a very simple sadhana. It should be sukham or not. See, to think about something only is stressful. Real strain actually. To not to think about anything is higher klandane. Yadi pati sindikama. Higher kanna evla enna kashtam ungalku? Huh? What is the problem? Only to think about something, you have to use your brain, or you have to spend your mental energy, and you have to strain yourself. Is that not so? Not to think about anything means it's sukham, na? Suppose somebody says, you need not do anything. Oh, wonderful. And you not think about anything. I will take care of you. You don't worry about anything. You don't think about anything. Just sandoshmar, jaliyar. That is what the Mahatma is saying. And you are Ananda Swarupam. And again you are Ananda Swarupam. And you will never perish. You will never change. Therefore, be happy. Only think about the self and nothing else. And for that, the senses should be under your control. Mind should be within your grasp. That's all. That is how you have to spend your time, rest of your time. Somebody asked me the other day, Swamiji, how would I abide in Turiyam? Turiyatla irukona enna seyano Swamiji? This is what he said. Turiyatla irukona enna seyano? Don't think about anything. And think only about the Paramatma, the self. That is all. How simple it is. And there you are.
This is devil's instrument.
Throw it away in the dustbin. Or throw it in the well, better. Dustbin you may take it later. Night you may take it. So throw it away into the well. Shall I help you? First somebody help me. So the thing is what? Think about the self. Don't think about anything else. See, that is why too much of thinking about other things, referring this book, that book, and knowing this thing, that thing, it doesn't help. It is not required actually. Nothing is required for you. Self is there here already. So what is there is required. So just think about the self. Whatever maybe the slokas we have read, Jati, Niti, Kulla, Goth, those 10 verses enough na, for contemplation. That you take and contemplate. And Kalam Nayetaha, that is how you spend your time. But Swamiji, who will feed me? Who will give me food? What is the solution for that? Prarabdha. Are we able to sit like that? Prarabdha will feed anyway the body. I need not worry. That is a Dhiran. He is a Dhiran actually. He is a hero if he can sit like that. Totally, surrendering to the Lord. Okay, Swamiji, my body, Prarabdha will take care. Who will take care of my family? Now you are all very wise, huh? I think within few days you all will be realized. Gone.
You are getting nice pongal, vada and all.
So already realized.
The family is not getting.
They are eating pizzas and pastas there. Yeah. And poor you are eating pongal and vada.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you.
You have to thank Shankaran for that. So So, samahita san bahirantaram. Wow. So, you control the senses. Don't allow it to unnecessarily graze here and there. And mind also not necessary to think this and that. Chumma iran konja neram. Just be and be happy. Don't complain. Don't brood over the past. Don't imagine or worry over the future. Just be in the present. See, hear, touch, feel. Be happy. See, in the present what we can do? Eyes are there. See. Ears are open anyway. Hear. See? Anyway, the skin is there. The breeze comes. The feeling of touch. Be there. And if there is joy in the heart, feel happy. What else needs to be done? Nothing else. Do not think about anything. And kalam nayetaha. That is why our Acharya says it is time pass. Time pass means what? Just like that, you live. See, at the bottom line is what? Be happy. Mauj mein raho. Because that is yourself. Ananda. Ananda Swarupam na. So express the Ananda. That is all is said. So kalam nayeta. But in this very important thing is, you know what? Sanmatra Ananda Ganam Vibhavayan. Contemplate on the self and then spend your time. But you know what? The problem is we want to do this, but most of the time we forget. We forget. How we forget? Tang! Sound comes from the phone. Only we. And then from there, somewhere you go, and you forget everything. Is that not so? So the forgetfulness, it's called as pramada. In Sanskrit, the forgetfulness is called as forgetfulness of these teachings, forgetfulness of oneself. It's called as pramada. Or other words, we are careless. Careless means what? Not jagrade arkamatengro. Careless. Casual. Careless. But here he is going to say, if you are careless, no use, you cannot know the truth. So always you have to be alert, vigilant, and attend to the self. So that is why he is going to say, Pramado brahmanishtayam na kartavya kadhachana pramado mrityurityaha bhagavan brahmanasutaha pramado brahmanishtayam na kartavya kadhachana pramado mrityurityaha bhagavan brahmanasutaha brahmanishtayam pramadaha na kartavyaha. Brahmanishtayam, meaning to abide in the self, is your duty, and to forget the Brahman or the self is not at all recommended. Do not forget the truth, the self. Forgetting the goal, that is the self, is the anartham. That leads to all obstacle. Kadachana, never ever forget. Always remember to remember. Do not ever forget. Why? Pramadaha mrityu iti aha. This pramada, forgetfulness of oneself, is death for a seeker. Who has said this? Iti aha Bhagavan Brahmana Sudaha. Brahmaji means the creator. His son has said this. Who is that? Sanat Kumara. Sanat Kumara is considered to be the Manasaputra of Brahmaji. So he is a great rishi. And he is a disciple of the Saksha Dakshinamurti. So he has said, forgetting oneself is death for a seeker. Why? When you forget yourself, the true self, you invariably identify with the non-self. And then you take all the dharma of non-self to be your dharma. And then starts the samsara. So where it starts? Forgetting oneself. But Swamiji, just now you said, or before you said, you cannot remember the self or forget the self. That is from the highest standpoint. But now you can remember the self. See, if you cannot remember the self, let us say, remember the Lord, meaning take His name. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. That is how Papa Ramdas, he remembered him always and he attained that padam, Papa Ramdas. So remembering means what? Ena kena prakarena, try to remember him, don't forget him. See, whenever devotees took leave of Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi, they used to request him, it seems. Oh, Bhagavane, please don't forget us. Remember us. See, Bhagavan was avoiding, please don't forget us. Always people say, na, Swamiji, please keep me in your prayers. Like that, if I keep 100 people in my prayers, how will be my prayer? That Kuppuswami, Rajaramaswamy, Niskatai, Rakai, like that I have to chant the name of people only. But you know Bhagavan, what he used to say? If you remember me, I will remember you. Meaning what? If you turn within, then you will be blessed. Remember you means what? It is not he will remember you. The blessing is there always. So it is our prayer with this thing to remember him first. Our duty. When we remember, first step should be taken by us only. Turn within. Then the Lord will come to you. If without turning within, without remembering him, nobody can help you. We have to remember him. Yes. Yes.
This is Sanat Sujatiyam. It is a text dialogue between Dhritarashtra and the Sanat Kumara.
Dhritarashtra and Sanat Kumara. Correct.
It is a wonderful text, and Adi Shankara also has written a commentary on this.
Sanat Sujatiyam. Correct. See, recently our Acharya in Coimbatore, he took Sanat Sujatiyam. Yeah, I attended that. I was so surprised. You know, Sanat Kumaras, they were giving this Upadesa to Dhritarashtra. Yes. Among everybody, they have given this Dhritarashtra. So, that is a wonderful text actually. So, he has said in that, Sanat Sujatiyam, this is death. Forgetting the Lord is a death. See, when we love somebody, we would like to remember them, right? A boy is in love with a girl, let us say. He wants to remember, think of her. Is that not so? We are unable to think of Lord because there is no love in our heart for God actually. That is what? That is a dosham. We don't love God actually. We use him as an ATM. The ATM means what? You go and press the number, then panam, the money will come. Like that we want God to give us, go on giving us something, whatever we wish. So good, then good. You are a good God. So we certify God also. He is a good God. He is a powerful God. This God is useless, you know. Arunachalan is useless. Tirupati Balaji is special. You go to him, then everything he will give you. This person here, Achalam, not even moving. And what he can give you? Maximum mukti only he can give. Who wants a mukti? Who wants mukti? I want only bhukti. Bhukti, enjoyment. Bhukti only I want. You know. So forgetting the self is death. Because when you forget the self, immediately what happens? The identification happens. And then what happens? Then we get attached to the non-self. We take all the dharmas of the non-self to be ourselves. When the mind is sad, we think I am sad. When the mind is, jumping, we say, I am happy, jump. Tadhatmyam, tadhatmya bhavam. And then we suffer. So, therefore, do not forget the truth. But Swamiji, is it possible to remember the self always? It's difficult. It's not possible initially, definitely. That is why, as far as possible, we should remember. So intensely we should remember or meditate on him, maybe in the morning and the evening, even in the midday or midnight, whatever. And then the current, that sort of a thing continues for some time. And then we can change our attitude. We are serving the Lord only. Something like that. So, and the same self or the same Lord is in everybody's heart. So we say Hari Om, Namo Narayana. Why we say that? Because the same Lord is in everybody. We recognize that. So like that we can recognize the Lord everywhere. It's possible. But all the time is not possible initially. But then slowly and steadily we have to practice and develop that kind of a sadbhavana. Now, 322nd verse. Na pramadadhanar tonyaha jnanina swaswarupataha tato mohastato handihi tato bandhastato vyatha. Just in a small verse, how much of ideas are compressed, see? Na pramadhadanartonyo jnanina swaswarupataha tato mohastato handihi tato bandhastato vyatha. Jnaninaha. For this jnani means one who is pursuing this in a very intense way, this knowledgeable, intelligent person. Na anyaha pramadad na anyaha swaswarupataha anarthaha. There is no other anartham for this jnani than forgetting himself. Swaswarupataha pramadaha. There is no greater calamity for a seeker, for a mumukshu, than forgetting his own self. Swaswarupataha. Why? Why it is called as anarthaha, calamity? Why such a strong word is used? Calamity, anartham. Why it is called as anartham, calamity? Because when you forget yourself, tataha mohaha, then comes the delusion. Tataha ahamdihi, then comes the identification. Tataha bandhaha, that is the bondage. Tataha vyatha, there comes the misery. See, step by step. When you forget the self, there comes a delusion. Meaning, when the self is veiled, then what happens? Misapprehension, vikshepa, delusion, and then the identification, and then the bondage, and then the suffering. See, this is the biography of all suffering. We forget the self, and then we identify with the body mind, aham dihi, and then we are bound, and then we suffer. So when we don't identify with the body mind, and when we are not deluded, and when we always remember the self, there you are. Retrace the path.
Swami Anandamayi Ma, you heard. She was an uneducated woman,
but she was a born jnani.
Born jnani, yeah?
She was a born jnani. See, don't compare them at all with anybody else. Anandamayi Ma and all.
She says only she says Harikatha Ekatha, Baki sab Vritha Vyatha.
Vritha Vyatha, correct. See, she is all born jnani. She has not acquired jnanam in this birth. While she was born also, she was jnani only. We don't know why, how and all. She is like that. No. See, and you know what? You see her picture. Bliss. And how beautiful she is. And how blissful she is. My God, they are all rare manifestation of Ambal. Rare, it is all rare. No words. You know. So, if you forget pramadat, what happens? Tataha mohaha. Tataha aham dihi. Tataha bandhaha. And tataha vyata. See? So that is the anartha. There is no other calamity than this forgetfulness. Forgetting oneself. Swaswarupataha. For the Jnaninaha means for the intelligent seeker only. Because already Jnani means for him no forgetting or remembering. He is there already. But even one who has known the self means what? A glimpse of it. But he can forget it. Because of his extroverted nature. Of sort of giving a lecture, or writing a book, or building an ashram, or a temple. See, these activities may lead you to forget yourself. When you forget the self, you identify with something or other, and you get attached, and then gone. See, at least you people, when you are miserable, you can go and tell somebody. We cannot even, because we talk all big things. We say, you know, Brahman alone is, always you should remember Brahman, and you are that. All those things we say. So therefore, you should never identify with this body mind. And whatever is the personality, it is false, good or bad. See, if somebody says you are very bad, that is very good. Why? Because we will not get attached to this personality. We ourselves know this personality is not worth it. If you help me to put it in the garbage, I am also with you. But if somebody praises, then only there is a problem. Why? Then we also start believing it. Oh, Apadiya, Swamiji, you are a very intelligent and you are a very compassionate person, Swamiji. Is it so? Yes. Then I start thinking myself as a Vyakti, as a person who is intelligent and compassionate. And my abundance is gone. When I start thinking myself as a person, I am gone. Then what am I? I am not a person. Then I am not a human being or even an animal. Maybe others say that, but I am not so. I am nothing. Absolutely nothing. This should be our nishtha. I am nothing. So, since I am nothing, I am everything. See, when you have put on, let us say, Rajasthani dress, you know, a Rajasthani costume, it is very, very glamorous, and so many things you put on. Color. With that dress, if somebody wants you to put coat and suit, can you? You cannot put coat and suit with that, can you? You cannot. You can tie a dhoti around that, very difficult. Suppose if you are naked, you can put on any dress. You can put on Rajasthani dress also. If you are naked, you can put on Tamilians dhoti and this thing also, jibba also, whatever. So any dress you can put. So therefore, if you are nothing, you can take upon you anything. So everything is you. See, if you are nothing, all the experiences you can enjoy. You are fresh, available for all the experiences, good or bad. But if you are too much burdened with so past experience, you are not available for the present experience. Present experience alone is truth. Whatever good or bad, it alone is truth. You are never available for the present experience. How can you live then? Only you can live in the present. But in the present you are not available. Always not available. The board is there. Not available. Out, in, they put those days. Doctor, out, in. So this person is always out. Never in. So how can you live this kind of a life? So always you should be available for every experience. Fresh, without any prejudice, without any bias. That is jnana. You are there available for everything, for all the experience, good or bad. That is jnanam. Not at all burdened by anything. Then you can see the people and talk to them. Otherwise we don't see the people at all. We see only our own image. We don't hear others. We only hear our own impressions about others. You are very, very biased and prejudiced, preoccupied. We don't listen to anybody properly. So therefore, if we can remain as the self, meaning as nothing, then we are available for everything. The perfect man's mind is like a mirror. It accepts everything, rejects nothing, reflects everything, not influenced by anything, and retains nothing. So that is how we have to live. That can happen only when we remember the self. See, at the end of the day, when you are in the deathbed, nothing matters. How much you have earned, how much you have spent, how much awards you have got, or how much children or nears and dears, nothing matters. What really matters? What have I done in my life? That alone matters. Where am I going now? I don't know. Who will be coming with me? Nobody knows. Very scary. See, now you can be any way you want, but when you are on the deathbed, nobody can help you. Only when you are attached to the God, Rama, 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 when you can chant the Lord's name and take strength from that Lord's name and solace from the Lord's name, that alone can help you. For that, now we have to train ourselves. Otherwise, nobody can help us. Our children may be there, but they would be busy with their lives. Yeah, they may give you some medicine, they may give you some food, but they may not be available for you. And doctors cannot help. They can only drug you and kill you. They don't kill you also, because they want to earn more money. They drug you and keep you semi-dead, half-dead. Nobody can help you. If you have gone for a higher medical insurance, they will keep you for more. And then, when you go away, who will come with you? Nobody knows. Where you are going, nobody knows. What happens, nobody knows. Will you come back? Nobody knows. Are you going to heaven or hell? Is there heaven or hell? Nobody knows. Hey Rama, what is this? So, when you are here living, the only refuge is the Lord's name. The faith saying that the Lord is, He will help me. Ena kena prakarena. I am safe in His hands. So here also you are safe in His hands. In your journey also you are safe in His hands. Wherever you are born or wherever you are safe in His hands. This faith, this is only faith, you don't know about it. Nobody knows. But the masters, the elders have told us, yes, there is a higher power which takes care of everything. So when we have that faith that I am in the safe hand, my Lord will take care. For that you have to develop that faith, that intense sort of association with the Lord. So only when you develop that from now onwards, Rama, 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 so when you are in deathbed also, when nobody is around, you can say Rama, Rama and be peaceful. Rama, Rama and contented. Rama, Rama and accept your fate. And Rama, Rama and move on. Otherwise, very difficult. Swamiji, என்னைக்கோ நடக்க போறது ஏன் இன்னைக்கே பயமுறுத்துறீங்க? Why are you scaring us? Don't think என்னைக்கோ நடக்கும், இன்னைக்கோ நடக்கலாம். Who knows? He was very all right, but suddenly something happened, gone. Within 2 minutes, gone. Is that not so?
Yes, yes.
Very true. And accident, gone.
Even without accident.
Even without accident also. But I'm telling you, anyway, gone means gone. Yeah, and he ate, but instead of going into the food pipe, it has gone into the wind pipe. Gone. If the food doesn't go into the food pipe, instead if it goes in the wind pipe, you are gone. See how the system works beautifully. For how many years it has been going into the food pipe only, correct? Or change can board, I will go in the other paths. If the food decides, you will go to Paralogam. Paraloga praptirastu. So, therefore, this death is what? Forgetting oneself. I am not telling you, I am telling myself. because I am the first student here sitting, listening to everything. And who is the teacher? Bhagavan is the teacher. So when you sit in this Vyasapeeth, Bhagavan is the teacher. We are all his students. And Shruti Mata is teaching. See, Shankara is teaching now. It is Shankara's words, na? And Sanat Kumara's words. It is not my word. It is Sanat Kumara's words, Shankara's words. And we are all the students. So what he is saying? Pramada is death. Mrityuhu. Therefore always remember to remember the Lord. Remember to remember. We forget. We want to remember the Lord only. We forget to remember. So now the Upadesha is remember to remember. Huh?
There is one prayer, Swamiji. Anaya Samaranam. Jana Daimya Jivanam. Anchetam Sahibu. Dirime
Parameshwara. Anayasa Maranam. True.
If the teaching is you are not born, so don't worry.
You should remain like that when you are deathbed.
Yes, sir.
Then no problem.
No problem.
No problem. Then no problem. You are not born if you are really there.
Yes, sir.
Then no problem.
Thank you, sir.
But suppose if you come down even an inch, then the see if you are always there, I am unborn, then you are remembering the self. See? But we forget. Vishayabhimukam drishtva vidvamsamapi vismrutihi vikshepayati didoshaihi yoshajaramiva priyam Vishayabhimukam drishtva vidvamsamapi vismrutihi vikshepayati didoshaihi yoshajaramiva priyam jaramiva priyam. Here vismrutihi is actually the forgetfulness. That is personified as if it's a man or it is a person. So the Vismrutihi, when he finds somebody Vishayabhimukam, when he is extrovert, looking into the world and going behind the sense objects, Vishayabhimukam, Vishayabhimukam. When the forgetfulness sees somebody is extrovert, even though he is Vidvamsamapi, very intelligent person, and he has mastered the scriptures, and he is real sadhaka, whatever. But if it finds somebody extrovert, immediately vikshepayati didoshaihi. Immediately this vismruti, this forgetfulness, what it does? It brings in lot of anartham to him by distracting him. And also didoshaihi, and he starts agitating in his mind about so many things. That's called vikshepam, na? So, as if the forgetfulness is waiting. When once you go out into the world, it distracts you. You forget yourself. You are distracted, and then you forget, and then what happens? All the agitations of the world. It is all actually in the buddhi, all the agitation, and you take it to be yourself, and you are agitated, and you are worried, anxious. Everything happens. Like what? Like Yosha Jaramiva Priyam. Yosha means a stree, like a lady who is thinking about her paramar. Paramarna therindane kalla kadalan. Paramar dane solvanga. So, lover. The paramarna, what happens? She is already married, but she has got a secret affair. So, paramar they say that kalla kadalana. So, he is already wedded to the self, means the jiva is already wedded to the self. But if he develops a secret love for the Vishaya, for the sense objects of the world, then what happens? Because she is always thinking about him, always she is in the soup. Means what? mind is agitated always, and there is a fear, would somebody find it out? And then she is always, not happy about herself. See, when you are wedded to the self, you should be loyal to the self when you are the self. Instead, when you go behind the sense object, it is compared to a lady who is thinking about her lover, even though she is married to somebody else. See? So she cannot be peaceful, na? One thing, she is very much tormented by his thoughts. She is full of love for him. So her mind goes again and again. But she knows it is not right. She is scared somebody would find it out. She would be caught. But she is guilty also. And anartham. In her life it is only anartham. So when you are wedded to your own self, you are happy. When Sita Mata was with Rama, she was always happy. Even though she was in the forest, she was very happy, very blissful. One day, that is what? One day, just for a kshanam, she got distracted. Golden deer, Maya man. I like that, I want that. See, she never wanted anything, Pavam. She never asked anything from Rama. That day, that is what? Maya. Maya ke Maya va. She is actually Maya, Mahalakshmi, Maya only. So she was deluded that day, as if for us, Rama, na? So her mind, from the forgetting Rama, this is called as pramada. See, Rama is the source of all bliss. He is avatar of Lord Narayana. He is next to her. Forgetting Rama, she was wanting that Mayaman, golden deer. Wonderful, I want that. That Kshana started the delusion, started the anartha for her. Bondage, anartha, everything started for her. So even for a second we forget, when we become Bahirmukha, then it is waiting to take you away. So the Ravana kidnapped her and imprisoned her in Ashokavana. And then she was suffering like anything. And even after Rama coming and saving her, she has to go through the fire. Even after that, she has been banished. How sad, Very sad actually. Banished. So, forgetting oneself and thinking about the worldly things is equivalent to a lady forgetting her true husband and thinking about a secret lover. Nobody would be chaste in the world. Because you are thinking only about the world. Just chumma for some time, we may think about God. Chumma. Some people, after taking bath, they go to the puja room and they utter some few shlokas, stotras. Vakradunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. And my religious duties is over. Only few shloka, 1 or 2 or 3, that's all. Some people are there, they may chant some Devaram, Tiruvasam, some Kanda Sashti Kavasam, that's good. Some Vishnu Sahasranam, Lalita Sahasranam and all, but maximum for half an hour, 40 minutes. But you cannot go on chanting for your life. Don't do that also, please. Pavam, you spare the God. You spare the God and you sit quiet and trouble yourself. Don't trouble God. I really feel very sorry for Venkateshwara, Lord Balaji. Till 1:32, 2:30, the Garbhagriha is open. And then just for half an hour, 45 minutes, they close and then they open it. My God. He has to be always up and awake, blessing all the devotees. That is why I don't go there. At least we will not add trouble to him. Already everybody is troubling him.
Not only from here, even they speak all the top Sri Lankan politicians.
Yeah, and you know what? If you give something, $10,000 or something, your family is taken inside. In front of Venkateshwara, you can sit for a few minutes. No, that is some special darshana they have now organized. So all NRIs, they don't mind spending money. They go there and sit. They are very proud of it. They will come back and say, I visited. And I went there, right at his feet I was sitting. And not knowing what to do afterwards. You know, see, actually if you go in front of Venkateshwara and stand for half an hour, I tell you, you will be bored and you do not know what else to do. Okay, Patache, Narayana, Narayana, Patache. Apparently, say no. Then they are showing Arti. Okay, Narayana, Narayana. Then you start praying to him. You give me that, give me this. All list, wish list and hit list you give. You destroy this fellow, that fellow. That is also over in 5 minutes. Then you don't know what else to do. You are imprisoned almost. You don't know what else to do there. See, only if you are not allowed, that is there, that bhakti. Oh, Narayana, you are not able to see him also properly. Then there is this thing. But when you go and sit in front, see, that is what I am telling you now. In US, every temple you have got Venkateshwara. And Kathadi Tripar Pao, Yarme Irkamatanga. You go and pray for him 2 minutes and then you don't know what else to do then. If this Venkatachalapati also, when nobody goes, sees Kathadi Trindana, we may not feel that kind of a thing, you know. You understand? See, our Atma Lingeshwara is there. He is not second to anybody. But how many minutes we spend there? We don't even visit. Because he is freely available. Whenever you want, he is available. Then no mouse will work. He should not be available. Swamiji is there. You cannot see him. He is the chief. He is the biggest Swami here. You can see only his Sishyas. Swamiji, you cannot see him at all. Maybe in the morning, say 5 minutes, you can just have darshan. From there, you can have darshan. Then that Swami is big Swami.
Once a year, Swamiji.
Once a year, you are Arabindo, once a year. But that is very difficult. So we are digressing somewhere. So therefore, Vishayabhimukam, this is Vishayabhimukam. So when you get lost in the world, you forget yourself. Di doshaihi, then what happens? Whatever is the dosha of the di, buddhi, then you suffer because of that. And how? Yosha jaram iva priyam, like the lady love, thinking about her secret lover. Jaram is secret lover, huh? Not actually, she is not a kanni or a girl who is thinking about her lover. She is a married woman thinking about a secret lover. That is what jaram means.
Adi Sankaracharya.
Why?
Know all this.
Why? What is this? What is this?
Wait, 15, no?
Somebody else has written this?
15-year-old.
Somebody has written this?
Unbelievable.
இடைச்சர்கள் when சொல்லுவாங்க? In English, somebody has inserted it. Okay, you are now questioning. Yata pakrishtam shaivalam shanamatram natishtati avrunoti tatha maya prajñam vapi parangmukham. See, this shaivalam is moss, M-O-S-S. See, that covers the whole of the pond. No? That green thing called as moss. When the water is stagnant, the moss covers. Yatha apakrishtam. When you remove the moss, you see the clear water. You can drink that water also. It is very pure. But once when you go away, within few moments, what happens? Ksanamatram na tishtati. So it will not remain like that even for a moment. After some time, once again it will come and cover. Similarly, avrunoti tatha maya. This maya, even though through proper discrimination, you have sort of known the self or trying to remain there, given a chance, once again everything will come back to you. The delusion, the identification, and the adhyasa, the superimposition, everything comes back. Prajñam vapi. Even though you are very, very, prajñam means what? A man of knowledge. Not the anubhava, but the man of knowledge, let us say. Parangmukham, if you become extrovert. When the mind becomes extrovert, even though you are prajñam means what? A very, very jnani purush. What happens? Everything comes back to you within no time. Like the moss. For some time it remains when you just pull it away. Then it comes back, it gathers again. Similarly, all the Panchakoshas you have sort of said neti neti. And as if you are trying to abide in the self. But for a Ksanamatram, if you become extrovert, then once again everything comes back to you. That is why it is very difficult. Otherwise it is not. The Maya is so this thing. If you become Paranmukam, if you start thinking there is a world and that is wonderful, I want this, I want that, that is Paramukam. Then you have identified with the body mind, then you are seeing something other than the self, and then the attachment, and then the suffering. So therefore, without forgetting the self even for a moment, the seeker should meditate on the self. If not, he has to suffer the consequences. What are the consequences? Tata mohaha, tata ahamdihi, tata bandhaha, tata vyata. So these are the 4 steps. Tata mohaha, tata ahamdi, tata bandhaha, tata vyata. So therefore one has to be very careful. Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.